Well, Lance, we did it. Red Falcon is eradicated, and it's easy street from here on out. Yeah, but don't you miss it? The thrill of the run. The glory of the grind. I like easy street. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe I just miss plowing down pipsqueaks with my pal. Don't worry, Lance. We can still plow. Who the hell? Big Fuzz?
Red Falcon has returned.
What? Yes.
We were planning our huge comeback, but we got distracted when we all started making fun of you. Anyway, since you think you're so fast, we thought it would be funny if we held a race.
Absolutely not. We'll never cater to your... We'll be there, asshole. And thanks a lot. We really needed this.
Okay, racers. Try to do your best. Remember, anything can happen. Okay, get ready. Go.
Okay, first jump. Idiot. Three, four. Wouldn't happen to me. I'm playing it safe. It's a waste of a good lounge. Welcome to ContraRaces. We're so pumped to be back. This is the start of a new season, and today we've got two of the best games of the series, Contra and Contra III. Today we're doing 3 rounds of Contra. We're going to start with the Mixer, Varm, and JD, and we're going to do single elimination knockout until we are left with a winner. Then we're going to do the same thing for round 2 with Archie, Slormer, and G-Guy. Then we're going to take the 2 winners of those 2 groups and have them face off in a showdown. Then on Contra 3, we're going to have Ultros, Gandini, and Tozzle. They're going to be doing a best of 3 head-to-head, and it's going to be a delight to witness, I'm sure. They've raced numerous times, and it's bound to be a hot ticket. I'm regular Stormy. I've got Sideswipe with me here on comms. Combustible Dan is running the stream, and he has put a lot of work into this. So in the chat, if you could all give Dan a huge shout out, a lot of love, a big Contra heart. He has earned it absolutely with all the work he put into this event. Let's see, what else do we need to say? We have a Discord that if you are into Contra games and you want to stay informed on when the next races are, or when the latest strats have been discovered, or when the latest trash talking session has happened, you are absolutely welcome to jump into the Contra Discord and party with us. It's a blast in there, and it's one of the best communities I've come across in my whole experience on the retro gaming internet. Swipe, how you doing over there, bud?
Under the weather, but we're going to get this done.
We're going to get this done, and we're going to get it done incredibly well. I'm very excited.
Absolutely.
Let's see. It looks like we are about ready to start the first heat. Swipe is going to jump over and give them a countdown, and then jump back in and join us back for commentary. But Swipe, it looks like you might be good to go over there. You wanna get that rolling?
Yeah, let's get them started.
Fall 2022 season, ContraRaces get pumped. Absolutely. Dan, the double world record holder. Yeah, we're going to try to get him on some Operation C races later this season. I guess speaking of which, I could fill time with that now briefly by saying if anybody would like to get involved with behind the scenes work on these races, we'd love to have our team grow, and you are welcome to jump in with us. So give us a shout out or a message rather, and let us know that that's something you'd want to do. Okay, it looks like we're underway here.
Some action, here we go. Everybody's pretty well synced up within a second or two, it looks like. Now, if you'll notice, racers or viewers, each racer has their own timer, so that'll make it much easier for everyone to see where everyone's at. We got Varm up in the top left, we got Mimixer in the top right, and we got JD Silva in the bottom left.
Now here comes this spread. The first challenge of the run. Can you get the spread?
That one can be tricky to stay up on top of the bridges, especially when you're first starting out, or if you're like in a race setting when your nerves are running. But looks like they've all traversed it. We're going to be heading towards our first big hurdle, probably the biggest one of the game, which is going up against JJ. His tomato patterns, they're 100% random. So
Dikembe. JJ's later. Dikembe.
Okay, you're right. Don't be sick while you're commentating. Looks like Dikembe has taken Varm out, so he's going to be behind the 8 ball to start off. He won't get spread back until at least Waterfall, which is stage 3.
So in order to do this base the fastest and most efficient way, you need to have spread and rapid fire, the R.
Yes. Believe it or not, the R doesn't seem to make much of a difference on the side-scrolling levels, but in the bases, it really becomes painfully apparent.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, actually, using just the default weapon in lieu of spread without R, it's just as fast. That tells you how much slower it is. But JD and Mixer seem to be getting through with little problem. Let's see what we can do here on the I.
Looks like they both have a good cleanup of the shields. JD is through, Mimixer's through. Varm coming in, closely sweeping up here.
Let's see what kind of route they take on the waterfall. Well, the waterfall is probably the most studied and dissected level in this entire game, mostly because of these ledge skips. Oh my god. Oh, he took the slower 4, the safe route. The Mixer. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. There he goes. He's got the barrier. All right. But that's going to allow Varm to catch up, though.
Yeah, the idea is to never stop ascending. And if you is it a matter of timing and input to get those ledge skips? I actually haven't been able to pull one off yet. I've been making the climb the slow way, but how do you execute a ledge skip?
The ledge skips they're not about timing, but they're more about movement. So there's a hidden jump value, and if you have that particular jump value while you're at a ledge where you can reach a ledge that you normally couldn't, and the screen is scrolling, then you'll be able to ascend a few extra pixels, which is, in these cases, just what you need. So you can stand there and take all day as long as you don't mess with that jump value. So it's got to be very precise in how you jump.
Gotcha.
You'll see a lot of times that they will not jump full left, or they'll wait till they're falling before they move left or right, because your jump value locks in when you're falling. And I probably didn't explain that too well, but I think most people have watched enough of our races. They should know what we're talking about.
Keep up, guys.
Yeah. Go read the wiki to find out.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Swipe has been putting a lot of work, along with a lot of others in the community, about putting together a Contra Wikipedia, or I'm sorry, a Contra Wiki. It's full of a lot of really helpful information on not only this game, but we're working on expanding it to the other games in the series as well. So we got a link for that in the thing. Yeah, there it is. Slormer's on top of it. Funky, I'd love to add some reverb, but I'm not using that mic. I'm sorry, I'm using a different microphone today.
Now just so you guys are catching up here, or to catch you guys up, Varm is only about 2 rooms behind Mixer. So despite dying to Dikembe, he's made up a little bit of ground on Mixer.
Yeah, Varm is doing really good about staying in it. He'll likely have a strong showing here. He seems to be firing on all cylinders right now.
Oh, JD getting that left side glitch. Let's see what Mixer does here. He's setting up for the double glitch. Doesn't get either one. See if he can close this out in 3.
This is my least favorite boss in the game, the one that Mixer's fighting right now.
Oh, it's everybody's favorite boss aside from JJ. Oh, JD took a death in Snowfield, but
on the first troll of the level.
Right. However, he's not that bad off because there's an S and an R coming up.
There is an S and R. They come in a sequence of 3. There's 3 in a row, 3 items in a row, and they're a mass destruction, an S and an R. And if you can get all 3 of them in one fell swoop, you should be racing with us. So give us a message.
He's getting trolled hard too. All those stray.
He is getting trolled hard. We call this level Troll Field. Now here's those 3 items. He's gonna definitely go for the S and probably the R as well, right? Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah. There he goes. He got all 3. There it is.
Yep. That's probably the smoothest way to get all 3 of those.
The Mixer pulls it off as well.
Yep. And Varm coming out of base 4 as well. Can't see his timer. But it looks like Varm's probably about 10 seconds behind Mixer. So there's still plenty of opportunities, especially with Energy Zone coming up, JJ patterns, Flame patterns. There's still plenty of opportunities for him to catch up.
10 seconds is a small window in this game.
Oh yeah, especially just dying in itself costs you 3 to 4 seconds. And that's before any time lost from having a pea shooter versus a spread gun, so let's see what happens. Oh, JD getting that middle spawn for the UFO. That's probably the worst one because it's got 3 spawn points, left, center, and right. About 50% of the time it'll spawn to the right, probably 30% time to the left, and the rest in the middle. That really screws up a runner because you're really expecting that right side run. But if
so you can get that quick kill and deal as much damage as possible right as soon as it appears and becomes vulnerable.
Right, but if you get that left side, you can make a full left jump while still getting damage on it. But that middle one, you're kind of stuck in the middle. You got to step to the left and then shoot up. You lose some time, so it's why nobody likes that one. JD getting a nice flame pattern. Let's see if he's going for the pause trick or if he's going straight for the exo skip. Yeah, he's going pause trick. Way to play it safe. Alright, Mixer coming up. Is he going to do pause trick? I think so. Nope. He's going through normal. Varmo gets that middle spawn too. That's unusual. Alright. Let's see what kind of pattern JD gets here. This can really...
JD versus JJ, fight of the century.
Yep. Only one jump. That's pretty good. Well,
that was a great fight. That was a great fight. He got to crouch in and dodge the saucers. What do you call those things that JJ throws at you?
We always call them frisbee cars as a kid.
Okay.
But that's when we were kids, you know. We have all kinds of imaginations.
But you find that terminology on the wiki?
Yeah. Flying discs, I think I called them on the wiki.
Yeah, JD I was just getting ready to say JD getting ready to jump past the spike walls, and now he's stuck in between them. The Contra gods have just smited. You've witnessed a smiting.
Fortunately for JD, he's got a little bit of a lead here. He can absorb that, but oh my gosh. Now Varmo up top, he took it safe. He got the barrier, so he can fly through the back half here, the lead up to JJ. I know JD's not happy. But he's going to get a spread in Alien Lair, so that should help there. But until then, Oh, Varmo taken out by JJ. That's not good. That'll probably kill his chances for a comeback.
JJ is a pretty slow fight if you get a bad jump pattern and you're going in with a pea shooter.
Oh yeah, it's a slow fight with the pea shooter. Oh, Mixer taking the death there too. It's a slow fight to begin with if you have pea shooter, but then you add those jumps. Each jump takes about a second, and when you're in a race, every second counts.
JD coming up on the hardest boss fight in the game. Oh wow! Just kidding.
I mean, that's really kind of the Heartbreak Alley is really the final boss of this game because Alien's Lair, there's virtually no RNG.
Right.
So it's very predictable fight.
For anyone watching who doesn't know, Heartbreak Alley is that stretch right before the end of that level that the Mixer just finished, and it's the last part of that level where you can potentially get a random troll thrown at you. So like Swipe said, it's where a lot of runs have died, and it's like the essentially the final hard challenge of the game. Alien Lair here this is actually one of the easiest like levels in the speed run once you learn the level well enough.
Yeah, when you're going for PBs, like once you get past Heartbreak Alley, it's kind of anticlimactic because you're like, all right, I can relax now. Done this level 1,000 times. There's no RNG to it. So unless you just a technical error, you know, it's pretty much a given.
Right.
JD's got himself. Unless you do like JD did and just.
Is there a ceiling spider RNG that you could potentially take a death at right at the end there, or is that something that is always the same?
The only RNG is whether or not that spider will drop.
Okay.
As you see, like the Mixer, he'll probably do this. You can actually pre-fire. It only takes 4 shots to kill it. So he shot late, but that's kind of the strategy. Is you pre-fire a couple of shots to take care of it, so you don't have to worry about it, and then you shoot down to get that mouth in the floor, and then you're free to attack the heart. The only problem.
The Mixer needs to stop his timer. The Mixer didn't stop his timer. Oh no.
Yeah. Until he stops his timer, that's official time. The only time you don't have to worry about the ceiling spider is if you have pea shooter. It will actually drop slower. So if you have pea shooter and it drops, you can just run right underneath it.
I just watched back on my phone on the Twitch stream, and it looks like my Mixer finished at an 11:24. So JD came in with an 11:15, 11:24, and we'll see what time Varm gets.
Like 12:17,
12:37, 17. It's kind of hard. The time is kind of small, but
yeah. Anyways,
great job, racers.
Yeah, GG to all of our racers, all 3 of our racers there. They did really good.
Really, really good race. We've got some intermission content that we're going to jump to, and we're going to be right back with Mixer versus JD to determine who is the winner of our first round here, our first little mini bracket. So thanks everybody so much for being here, and we will be right back.
Need more firepower? Jump into Contra, Shattered Soldier. Blazing fast action, swarms of alien enemies, and all the firepower you need to get the job done. Contra, Shattered Soldier, rated T for Teen for PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance from Konami.
Okay, we're live. We're back. Hey, hey. Great first race, racers. We're about to start our second race. Swipe should be giving the countdown here in just a second. I think JD needs to get his timer reset, but yeah, and then we will have next we will have Slormer, Archie, and G Guy for another more of the same. And I'm having a blast so far. Hope you are too. Looks like we're getting ready to roll here. Okay, we got timers a little bit. Looks like we got a couple seconds of lag in between the two of them, but nothing we can't work with. It's pretty doable.
All right, so this is the winner of this round will go on to face the winner of the next heat, which is going to be between Archie, G-Guy, and Slormer. They're going to have their work cut out for them against one of those guys. But right now, I think the focus is who's going to make it past Dikembe. Is Dikembe going to finger wag one of them?
The first challenge, the first hurdle says so much about the rest of the run.
Oh yeah, it's your entire run basically, especially from this perspective. Dikembe sets the tone. All right, our mixer's through, and so is JD. All right, we got a race, boys. Looks like JD is ahead by, well, there we go. The timers are synced, and they're pretty close. They're within a second. I like this.
Yeah.
Let's keep it this tight all the way through. See if Mixer can hold it together. He was talking about his anxiety earlier, race anxiety.
It's something we all get. It's part of it's really one of the main challenges you have to overcome. It's like once you learn about one of the hardest games in the book, then it's the whole thing of, well, can you perform in front of people?
Well, I mean, we all get performance anxiety from time to time. It's nothing to sneer at.
Right.
I know when I did the NRL, that was probably my biggest hurdle. Was just the jitters going through that, and that was hard to overcome. So I can only imagine what these guys are going through right now.
The Mixer missed that first plaque there, but he ended up cleaning up anyway. JD is through, and looks like the Mixer's through as well.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but he got through. And the most important thing is he got through without dying. He's keeping that spread.
Yeah, you want to keep that.
JD is doing his, looks like a five ledge skip route, but he'll probably take the safe route like he did before. Yep. I believe a Mixer is doing a version of the 4 skip.
So the safe route that you're talking about involves not being aggressive on that flame jump?
Correct. Oh,
that's the one that Mixer went for it. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. See, like I said, since your jump value locks as once you reach the peak of your jump, so right there at the flame, at the last second, you can actually pull back, retain that jump value, acquire the barrier, and then you can continue on the route as if you jump the flame.
The Mixer made the climb without the barrier, just plowed through.
Mm-hmm.
That was for losing on the flame jump. That was a great climb from the Mixer. He made it through there without the barrier and got right up there to the top.
Absolutely. Now,
what's the ideal way to kill this boss here? Do you want to take out both arms? Is that a safe strat?
That's the safest strat. For the fastest way to take him out is to just take out one of the arms and then try to one cycle him, which is very hard to do. But if you take out both arms, then his mouth will open faster. Like if one arm is still alive, his mouth will only open once every 4 seconds. If both arms are defeated, his mouth will open once every 2 seconds. Like it'll close.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's a trade-off. But again, that one cycle is, if you don't get the one cycle, you really didn't save any time. So it's, for most runners, especially if you're over a 10-20 or so, you're probably going for killing both arms.
The Mixer making it through with some decent mashing there.
Right, and you can see what we were talking about before, how slow that spread is. And when you're in a speed run, that seems like it takes forever. But he should get the R back in this room right here if he doesn't destroy it too early.
JD had the hose rolling.
There we go. Yeah, those red guys, you can kill them before they come out, and if you do that, the weapon will not pop out.
And if you kill the wall and let the wall kill them, they also won't give you a weapon. I've missed many an R to that exact thing. I thought, oh, I killed him. Where's my item? And then I realized I did not kill him. I killed the wall behind me.
And as you notice, the Mixer was actually standing a bit to the left off of that wall, so he wouldn't do that. So that was a really heads-up play by my Mixer. Good job. And JD again taking the death in Snowfield at the first turret.
Being aggressive and counting on that second pickup here. That's okay. We like it.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to, because you can get the S and the R right back in this level.
Right.
So you really don't lose too much by being aggressive. It's a risk-reward thing. Mixer having a little trouble closing this out, though. There he goes, with the 4 cycle, if I counted right. I've gotten a lot of things wrong today, so I could have counted wrong.
You haven't sinned.
Well, sinning and being wrong are 2 different things. Alright, Mixer getting through clean.
God, that was a great run through by the Mixer. All those Aquafina bottles, or Dasani bottles. What do we call them? Dasani?
Dasani, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Jeremy's term, which kind of
I'll take it. Shout out to Jeremy Arroyo.
Mm-hmm.
One of the finest Final Fantasy VI players to ever grace the Contra leaderboards.
And my Mixer's getting lag. I want to say that's from his connection, not from the game. See what JD does here. Let's see what kind of spawn he gets. That might open a window for Mixer. But JD's taking a nice little lead, though. Oh, he's got that left side spawn. Now, you see he was able to do that full jump to the left. That actually saves a little bit of time.
So that gun on the tank has a couple different positions it can shoot at, and if you don't have a spread, I mean, obviously we haven't seen that happen yet, but if you don't have a spread, you kind of have to manipulate where that gun is going to fire at you so you can make that tank stay vulnerable for as long as possible.
Yeah, you want to, if you're going in with pea shooter, you want to make sure it's not going to hit you. So it'll aim and then it'll lock there for a second once it decides to fire. Oh, he came close to getting hit by that little bomb.
JD makes it over the flame.
He does not make it in time though for the pause trick. He's just going to play it safe.
What's the time save like on the pause skip? What do you gain out of it?
So the pause skip allows you to skip that upper flame so that you can jump straight through. If you were to do like JD did and go through normally, you'll probably cost you about 2-3 seconds waiting for the flame cycles. It's not the end of the world, but it's just one of those things when you're in a race. Every second or 2 adds up.
Did JD have a no jumper?
He did. He got 2 good JJ fights in a row. Alright. Let's see if he can close it out here. Heartbreak Alley's itching to have a sacrifice.
What's the other challenge in Hangar?
It's mostly, I guess, Poppy Chariot Hop. Getting that B.
Those mine carts down there, they actually have hitboxes, and if you're just kind of playing casually and not careful, they'll kill you.
Yeah. They'll run you right over. Alright, Mixer's through JJ. He had a pretty solid JJ too. I think there's only 1 jump in there. But JD's going to go for a wall break. It means he's going to take his barrier long enough to get there. Nope, he's playing it safe. That's a smart play for JD. Let's see what Heartbreak Alley, he'll probably duck rather than jump. Oh, a Mixer taking a death. That might seal it. Yeah, JD's ducking. He doesn't want the sacrifice to be him.
And he's through.
All right. The mixer going for barrier. Oh, he missed it. There we go. I would imagine he's going for wall break so we can try to catch up, especially having the pea shooter. He doesn't really have much of a choice if he wants. He's got to know that he's behind. He's got to at least sense it. There's a spread here. That'll help him out. Oh, that last claw nipped him.
I was just gonna ask. Like, I didn't even realize that you could be more aggressive on those claws. I've been kind of dipping my toe into this one, and yeah, I've been taking those claws slow. But I saw him going for it, and I was like, oh man, that obviously that's risky.
You can get overly aggressive, yeah, and they can nip you. All right, so watch JD here. He's gonna pre-fire and hit that ceiling spider. There you go. That's how you take it out. Although you're also supposed to take that one out, but that's how you deal with that for a good, clean entry into the heart. But JD's going to take it out, and he's going to take this first heat. So GG's to JD.
Excellent.
And he stopped his timer.
I think it was a 1050 or maybe a 1051.
Yeah, it's in that range, so we know. Let's focus on here on my mixer. He can close it out. There's going to be a spread coming up that he can get that'll make the heart go a lot quicker.
And it comes right here. That's the spread right there.
You can jump up top and just diagonal, come right to him. There you go. Over here, just drop down. There's always
the first spider.
There's always 4 on the approach. There we go. So he's just going to go for it. He's going to ignore. Oh! Try to go for the quick kill on the cotton ball.
I would have done the exact same thing. You get to this point and you have a spread, there is no reason to just not torch him.
Right.
Death be damned.
Yep, you got to go for it. You got to be aggressive sometimes. All right, GG's to our racers. GG to
Great.
JD for winning. GG to Mixer. Had a strong finish there. We're going to see JD. He's our first contestant in the final round. When we come back, we're going to see who his opponents are going to be.
I think we're going to maybe grab either my Mixer or Varm or both and have them come on and maybe say a couple words. Or maybe even JD too. Maybe we might bring all 3 of them out here. We're going to cut to an intermission real quick, and we'll be back with some Heat 2 action. I guess some round 2 action. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We will be right back in 1 second.
Die Zukunft hat
Warning. Warning. This will be telling.
西暦2636年、エイリアンの侵略が始まる。人類の未来をかけ、コントラが立ち上がる。戦いが今。スーパーファミコンアクションの頂点。 コントラスピリッツ。Konami.
Pull yourself together. It's Konami's Contra Hardcore for Sega Genesis. Cool.
Volume. Maybe I'll turn it up. I can hear you. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a slight break here. We're going to talk to our racers from round one. We've got with us Mr. Mamixer, and we have Varm. What do you guys think? Varm, what did you think of the race today?
Oh man, I enjoyed it. It's always fun to play a good game, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, racing is hard. Mixer,
Right.
what was your feelings? How was your anxiety level for this, Mixer?
Really high actually. Every race, I got like a slight shake and chill, and my game felt the same. Apparently,
Right now, what was going through your mind towards the end of that race, like in Energy Zone and Hangar? It seemed like you were getting more aggressive. Were you feeling like you were behind just from your own gameplay? Or what was your thought process there?
well, I died like 2 times at the flame jumps already, so I know I was behind. JD was the, waterfall wizard in our community, so I know I was behind. So I gotta go a little bit more and more aggressive, but then it didn't work out. But it's fine. It's a bet I would take.
Yeah, for those who don't know, JD does a ton of research on a microscopic level on a lot of new strategies and potential exploits, and is constantly helping a lot of other runners dig deeper with their own ideas and stuff. He's a very valued member of the community.
Someone that actually found the 5-skip route that you were watching him do in his races. So Varm, what was going through your mind? I know you had, I think you died in
Oh, I know that
the
first
Dikembe.
one. Yeah. I don't let it get to me. You know, I hear lately what I've been trying to do is like, even if I die, I just keep going. You know, I just push through it, because you can get the pea shooter is a pretty good gun, if you ask me. You know.
Yeah, you actually, I mean, despite dying there at Dikembe, you actually were really sticking in there. I mean, you weren't really that far behind Mixer even going into Hangar.
Yeah,
So I think,
like I said, the pea shooter really isn't that bad of a gun. You know, as long as you just keep at it. You know.
right, and I think that really a testament of, especially when you're speed running, try to finish as many runs as you can, because like you see in the races here, you know, you can still work with that, and you can still PB, or at least learn how to work with not having all the best tools available to you.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really good job.
Yeah, both of you did an exceptional job. Great work from all of our racers, but especially you two. Excellent work.
All right, we're gonna take a quick intermission. We're gonna come back with our next heat.
Awesome.
See ya.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Three-way scroll. High position visual. Sound selective mode. It's a super AV action. Contra. ファミコン用カセットコントラ好評発売中。Konami.
Need more firepower? Jump into Contra, Shattered Soldier. Blazing fast action, swarms of alien enemies, and all the firepower you need to get the job done. Contra, Shattered Soldier, rated T for Teen, for PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance from Konami.
Warning. Warning. This will be telling.
Die Zukunft hat begonnen. Probotector bringt Farbe in deinen Gameboy. Probotector, der Actionknaller im Super NES. Tonnenweise Special Effects im Sega Mega Drive. Riesige Sprites. Probotector, himmlisch gut und höllisch schwer, urteilt die Fachpresse. Wert um 90% Spielspaß. Das ist spitze. Probotector, Action und Spannung, fair in jedem Level. Weck die Power in dir. Probotector, der superstarke Videospielespaß.
Hello, welcome back. Y'all, this is so much fun today. We are so pumped to have ContraRaces back in our lives, and we hope you are too. We're looking forward to having many more of these. Yeah, we're just thrilled to be here. Thrilled y'all are here as well. We are going to get our second round underway. Slormer, Archie, and G Guy. I believe their PBs are all within about maybe 8 seconds of each other. So this should be an incredibly tight segment here. And we're already underway. The race has begun.
Here we go. Yeah, their PBs they're a little bit apart, but don't let those PBs fool you, because that's a pretty top tier when you're approaching that sub 10, like they are. All right, once again, and these guys, Dikembe is going to be the first big hurdle. We'll see who can come through, how they're going to adjust. See what they do here to make sure that they keep that spread. Because that's a long uphill battle the entire game coming back from that.
I think most of these guys are kind of coming off a little bit of a hiatus as well. I don't know how much Slormer's been grinding. Archie's been mainly working on Operation C. So we might be seeing some fresh, new, dusted off strats making their appearance here today.
Archie being forced to take a backup strat up top, and so is G Guy. Got to take out those turrets. But the important thing is they lost 5 or 6 seconds there at the Dikembe, but they stayed alive. So the 5 or 6 seconds they lost is still going to be less than if they go through with just the pea shooter.
Right, you gotta have that spread in R to get the spread rhythm.
Absolutely. I mean, you can get it without the R, but it's very hard, and it's still very slow. But Slormer's got his bullet hose going. He is ready for this. Last time I raced against Slormer, it was a bloodbath. I didn't die. I had a good
killed
run.
him, huh?
No. I did everything right. I didn't die. I had a great run, and he still beat me by 15-20 seconds. So it's hard going up against these guys. Let's see what they make of it. I'm sure they're all probably going to have safe routes going into Waterfall. That first shield here on this is the one that players miss a lot. But Archie with a great kill, though, on the eye. See what G Guy does. He gets a slight bounce back. It's a decent kill. See what we got here for Waterfall.
Yeah, this is a tight race. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's a 5 skip from Slormer. Archie's going 5 skip. But they're probably going to do a safe ride at the Flame. And G Guy is going 2 skip. 2 skip is the safest route you can take. It's very predictable. Safe. Oh, yeah. Archie's playing it safe. And G-Guy took the 2-skip route, which is the safest one you can do, because it does not involve jumping over the flame. So you can do that anytime. You don't have to make any adjustments in the races, or Archie get an accidental ledge skip. That's kind of the beauty of the 2-skip route, is you don't have to make any adjustments. But if you go from like a 4-skip to a 2-skip, you have to have muscle memory. You got to undo that for a minute, and hope you don't accidentally forget the muscle memory. But they've all made it through. They're all at the waterfall boss.
What's that guy's name?
That's a good question. Waterfall boss. I mean, if you want to know his name, actually, I have it on the wiki.
I bet it's on the wiki, yeah.
Yeah, you can go look at his actual name. They're all in Japanese, and they all start with G. I think it's Groniades or something. They have strange names, but I'm American, so everything's strange to me, because I'm ignorant that way, by virtue of being American. Regardless.
all right.
Right. Regardless, Slormer, Archie, they're all within a room of each other. This room here that G-Guy's in, that's the one room you do not want spread rhythm in, because you want to hit both of those floors at the same time. With the bullet hose, the single line, you're only going to hit one. So it's faster to just 4 quick bursts, and then you're out of there.
Right. How many rooms per base? Is it 10?
The first base has 5 rooms, the second base has 8.
Okay.
This is the jump room. Ideally, you want to get a 2-jumper. 3-jumper is acceptable, and 4 we call the Granny 4 jumper.
To keep that hose and make the jump, I mean, you are utilizing that NES controller to its maximum. You got to be like top tier mashing speed and like perfectly executed jumps. It is, yeah, it'll make set your hands on fire.
Absolutely. You got to have that piano grip rolling hard.
Right.
All right, I don't see everybody's set up for the double glitch. I didn't see any glitches, either double or single, but they're all through, and this is probably the tightest race we're going to see so far. Let's see if there's any hiccups here in the opening of Snowfield. If we stop having lag issues. Hey, what's going on? Oh, there we go.
No one's taking a death yet.
They're just setting this race on fire. Even the race can't handle it. Stormer ducking some troll bullets. The trolls are being fairly cooperative so far. There we go. You guy getting that mass destruction at just the right time too.
Looks like everybody got what they needed.
Mm-hmm. Everybody make quick work of the tanks.
It's not possible to take a death and then respawn on the other side of the tank, right? I've been trying to manipulate that, and I don't think I can do it.
No, you have to wait till the tank is further to the left of the screen.
Right.
I know when he was doing his pacifist route, he was trying that out, and you don't have enough iframes to respawn and traverse past the hitbox on it. You have to wait till it starts moving. Now, 2 kind of spawns we get here, left, center, right. Stormer getting that left spawn. Archie's getting the right spawn. That's going to give him a leg, and so does G-Guy. That's going to save about a half to a second.
Those were all really clean kills. That was great.
Absolutely. And I think everybody's damn near dead heat.
Yeah, this is a nail biter. Amazing.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better race, especially if it's knockout only.
All 3 of these guys are fighting for their life right now.
See what kind of flame patterns we get here. Slurmer's up first.
Which one of these are global timer and which one are proximity timers?
These are all global timers. The proximity flames are the ones like at the top there. You see there's no green circle around it.
Gotcha.
They're the ones that seemingly just come straight out of the pipe. So Slormer's playing it safe. He went and grabbed the B. Archie missed the pause skip. I didn't see what G-Guy did. But I think it's going to come down to JJ. JJ is really going to... It could separate the men from the boys. G-Guy with a really good JJ fight.
Just knocked him out. Slormer took him out. Archie got a jump.
Yeah, Archie's a little behind at this point, but they all still had really good fights, though.
This is definitely a VOD. This is definitely a VOD that we're going to need to be watching again. This is awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody sees anything that they like, feel free to clip. We would love to have more clips on the channel.
Death. Oh no!
Slormer did take a death.
That could have cost him. Unless somebody dies in Heartbreak Alley. Because Heartbreak Alley, the one bummer thing about that, it comes after you get a spread right before the trio of spike walls that pop up. You die in Heartbreak Alley, you're doing pea shooter until you get the alien lair. Let's see what happens. So G-Guy's going to be the first one to come up on Heartbreak Alley. Let's see if there's a sacrifice. He's going to play it safe and duck. Nope, he's jumping. Jumping, baby. He got through. Alright, let's see what Archie does. Oh, Archie has pea shooter. He must have took a death somewhere that we weren't looking.
Slormer does not have pea shooter. This is...
They're all jumping, baby. They're
Archie's
all through. That's amazing. And we are still neck and neck. All their timers are synced up within a second of each other.
Alien lair, or that alien head, though, with a pea shooter is not going to be... Oh, he can grab this M. This is an M up here, right? Archie?
Yeah. You don't want
that's
that.
an M.
You would rather die than take an M.
Okay, all right. Good to know.
Yeah, the M, it's with the pea shooter you can do 4 quick bullets, and then 4 quick bullets. The M, even if you mash, it will only come out at a certain rate.
Okay.
Looks like G-Guy is going to take it. Alright, who's going to come in second here? This is going to be close.
Wow, they are right there.
Oh, that might have cost Slormer having to step back. It looks like it's going to be Archie.
Oh!
Yep, Archie. Slormer.
With a final insult death, too. God!
I think he knew it was coming.
He knew. That was an incredible race. Wow.
Absolutely. So what was that, 10? I can't see. Is that 10:56 to a 10:55?
I'm watching the replay real quick. Looks like Slormer stopped his timer at a 10:58. Archie's is at a 10:55.
Yeah, I'm looking at
at a 10:39.
10:39.
10:39. Yeah.
Oh wow, impressive.
That was incredible.
All right, we're gonna simmer on that one for a second, and we're gonna
simmer on that. Go ahead.
We're gonna come back with Archie versus G-Guy for round second race of round 2. There we go.
Second round of the round.
Yes.
We'll see you in a minute, guys.
西暦2636年エイリアンの侵略が始まる。人類の未来をかけコントラが立ち上がる。戦いが今。スーパーファミコンアクションの頂点コントラスピリッツ。
Konami.
The final determiner to see who will go on to fight JD and become the winner of today's Contra races. I'm regular Stormy. We got Sideswipe here on comms with us. G Guy and Archie are about to do a showdown. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We've had a blast today, and they are about to get underway here in just a second. We'll get rolling.
All right, we're back, and we're getting ready to start our racers. It should start here any second. We got a good matchup here, Stormy. G-Guy versus Archie.
This is definitely going to be another nail biter.
Yeah, if we get more of what we got last time, it's going to be exciting.
Looks like we got a little bit of lag starting between them, but we can. That's why we have the timers in the top corner, so we can kind of gauge who's where.
Absolutely. And G-Guy made his timer a little bit bigger so we can see it easier. Alright, the first key moment, once again, is going to be the Kembe. We'll see what kind of patterns we get. Or maybe these guys will just cut their losses and go for the safe route. Archie getting a lot of trolls, though. That's unusual. Not anything we can't handle, though.
Yeah, there is a little bit of RNG in this one, because sometimes I'll come up on the end and approach the wall, and there'll be a bunch of guys there, and sometimes there aren't.
Yeah, the trolls are Oh, G-Guy having to back out and take the safe route. The trolls are RNG. In the first 3 levels, they can only come out in front of you. And then in Waterfall, they can come out in front of you, but they can excuse me, they can also shoot. And then I believe starting in Snowfield, they can come in front or behind you, and they can also shoot. So they get progressively more annoying as the game goes on.
The G-Guy's going to be glad he played it safe, though, because he maintained he's got his hose rolling. Archie's got his hose rolling. We're tearing through the first space.
Yeah, like I said, it's better to take that little bit of time loss that little bit of time loss rather than dying, because that'll really put them behind, especially in a high stakes race like this. It might as well just be the end of the race. When you get up at this level, they don't make a lot of mistakes. And if they do make mistakes, they know how to cover for them.
Right.
Archie.
That's where the pea shooter strategies really come in handy, especially for races, because it's mainly a question of not am I going to get a perfect run, but how can I fix my broken run?
Exactly. And yeah, if you're wanting to race or learn how to do races, learning the low percent routes is by far probably the most helpful thing you can do. And finishing runs even too. Just learning how to deal with different situations as you encounter them. You know, you don't want your first weird situation to be in a race. You want to be in a position like, okay, I've done this before, I know what to do.
Looks like G-Guy made it past the flames without waiting.
Yeah, he's taking the 2-skip route, so he doesn't have to just jump over the flame from beneath. He can jump at it from the left, so he can, like I said, it's the same way every single time. No worry about, you know, that 50% chance, that 4-frame window of actually making it over it. Let's see, Archie's going to play it safe here and take out both arms.
That's going to give G-Guy a chance to catch up unless he does the same thing.
G-Guy,
he is doing... He's stalling. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Oh, he got a little bit of lead thumb there. Yeah, that's not good. I think the nerves are getting to him a little bit, we can see. Yeah, it doesn't take much of some of these controllers these guys like. They're real loose, so it doesn't take much effort to hit a wrong direction, and you see the result. Alright, Archie cruising on through. Let's see what kind of bullet hose G-Guy can get. Pretty clean room. Archie's about 2 rooms ahead now. I will say this, those shields over the cores, they actually make it easier to get spread rhythm, along with those rollers that come at you from the floor. That can really be helpful, especially for those newer runners that are still learning how to get spread rhythm.
If that is something you're learning, it's a matter of kind of juggling your sprite limit. You've got 10 bullets that you can get on the screen at any time, but if you've got the timing correct, as soon as one of those bullets hits that back wall, you have a chance to mash and create another bullet. So it's a matter of precise timing on when you're mashing your fire button that you can kind of keep that stream a steady hose. That's why we call it a hose.
He just got a double glitch.
He just did. He is
no way
tearing through. That was crazy.
G-Guy's gonna need to pull one off here if he wants to stay in this. Let's see Archie's approach here. He pulls through the... Oh, wow.
Yeah, no stopping for Arch.
Yeah. Arch is slowing down for no one.
Arch came to play.
He did. G-Guy still got off a solid 3-rounder, though. 3-cycle.
We still have JJ. We still have Heartbreak Alley. Anything can happen.
Energy Zone, yeah. Energy Zone is always hard. It's always concerning with that first flame tower. Because flames to the face never feel good. Especially when you're in a race setting. And that bottom flame, it can actually start firing before it shows up on screen. So by the time you see it, it's already an inch from your face.
Just so that maybe if people watching don't have context, that double glitch kill that Archie just got on the previous boss, how much time did that save him?
Oh, I'd say probably... Well, each cycle is 4 seconds. So if you've got a 3-cycle, that's 12 seconds. The double glitch is basically a 1-cycle, which is 4 seconds. So I'd say about 8 seconds.
And what are the odds of getting that? Like, that's not something that you see very often at all.
No,
it's hard to get.
Yeah, even some of the best runners, Lanks, Archie, they're probably at best in a run 10%, 20% at best.
So if Archie could put this run together, we're looking at potentially a golden run here from Arch.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on PB pace, but he's certainly sub 1030, 1020 pace, which for a race is amazing. Unless you're Angry Lanks and you can throw up a 953 in a finals race against Germinator. That's one of those things where you're like, you can just do nothing wrong and still lose, you know? It's just that's the way things work sometimes.
Totally.
Archie having to do with double tucks. He got that bottom flame almost to the face, but his reflexes were good enough that he was able to avoid it. Alright, let's see if he gets this pause trick this time. Oh, he went for the EXO. He's going all out. He went for it and he nailed it. Alright, see what kind of pattern he gets. Top flame. That's only one duck. That's going to catch him a little bit of time. About 3/4 of a second. What do we get for JJ? One jump. Can't ask for much better in a race. Alright. Next true test is going to be Heartbreak Alley for Archie. So alright, JJ.
Archie took a death.
Uh-oh. That's going to open up a door for G-Guy. I think the pressure of the race, and he might have been on a pretty wicked pace, too. If he can stay alive in Heartbreak Alley.
JD mentions that it was the same troll that killed him that just killed Archie.
Oh.
We have a new nemesis.
Yeah. But Archie didn't get stuck between the spike walls, so that makes his a little bit better, safer.
Sorry, JD.
Sorry. All right, here comes this approach to Heartbreak Alley. He's gonna duck, jump. Oh, another heart. Oh, now he's gonna have to go into Alien's Lair with the pea shooter for the alien head. But does he have a big enough lead where it won't matter?
G-Guy coming up on the alley. Let's see how he manages. Ducking is the safe strat.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you duck, then
he had a gorgeous Heartbreak Alley. One safe duck and then just plowed through.
Yep. Now, see, instead of getting this alien head in about 4 jumps with spread, took him about 6 or 7. That's going to slow him down. Each jump is about 3/4 of a second, so let's see if it's Archie's lead was big enough to overcome that. It's going to be close, regardless. G-Guy's just chipping away, though. He's just coming at him. Okay, Archie's going to pre-fire up top, take out that spider, or at least try to. Oh, no!
Oh, death on the heart. Is he through? He's finally through.
That should seal it, though. Oh, and nobody's taken out the ceiling spider yet today. That's unusual. Alright, so we're going to have Archie versus JD.
Great race, guys. That was intense.
Yeah, G-Guy, he got another 1039. But this time, Archie pulled off an amazing run. Sometimes an amazing time isn't good enough. GG's to both of our racers.
So cool. Yeah, we'll cut to an intermission and we'll be right back with the final showdown of the Contra 1 race. Then we'll have Contra 3. Guys, how fun is this? This is so dope. I'm having a blast. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're going to keep it rolling. We'll be right back.
Die Zukunft hat begonnen. Probotector bringt Farbe in deinen Gameboy. Probotector, der Actionknaller im Super NES. Tonnenweise Special Effects im Sega Mega Drive. Riesige Sprites. Probotector, himmlisch gut und höllisch schwer, urteilt die Fachpresse. Wert um 90% Spielspaß. Das ist spitze. Probotector, Action und Spannung, fair in jedem Level. Weck die Power in dir. Probotector, der superstarke Videospielespaß.
西暦2636年エイリアンの侵略が始まる。人類の未来をかけコントラが立ち上がる。戦いが今。スーパーファミコンアクションの頂点コントラスピリッツ。
コナミ。
The final showdown. We're thrilled, JD and Archie, to see who will take home the gold and our grand prize. No, we don't have a prize. we do need to get prizes though. Maybe next race we'll have a prize. Yeah, so we should be rolling with a countdown here.
Yep. Racers getting ready to start.
Another huge thanks to Dan for all his hard work and energy. Huge thanks to Swipe for helping me with comms. And everybody who raced and everybody who will be racing and everybody who's watching. This is amazing. Okay, we're on JD versus Archie in the showdown of the century.
C1. All right. This is it. This is for all the marbles here. Let's see if Archie can pull off some of that magic again and get another double glitch. But JD's got his work cut out for him. JD's a pretty talented runner himself. He can still... I think he's perfectly capable of pulling an upset. Let's see what happens, though. He's still got to execute, though. Dikembe's been messing with our runners the last couple rounds, so let's see what happens here. Hope they can both get through cleanly.
Yeah, having to play it safe is just a brutal first blow.
All right, JD. Oh, yeah,
Archie had to play it safe.
Yep, but he's alive, so. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with that. That'll pretty much kill the run. All right, JD getting some decent spread rhythm in that first room. That's hard to do in that first room. There's really not much to hit to really get that spread rhythm going. Because it seems like that back wall, it's like flat. So you can't really get a bullet, a sprite to exit the screen in time. Like all 5 of them.
Can you tell us what the advantage is to briefly running into that force field before the room transition?
Yeah, so, well, there's pros and cons. So, hitting that force field whenever you press up, you lose any spread rhythm you have. But if you're an advanced runner, you can get your spread rhythm back quickly in the next room. But the advantage to that is it allows you to start moving on the first available frame. If you're good
as soon as that force field goes and you're holding up, it just allows you to go, whereas otherwise you're waiting for a visual cue and have like a little bit of frame delay between when your brain can process to move forward. Am I understanding that correctly?
Correct. Yeah. So during the thing, if you hit that, you're normally frozen for a second. But as soon as it comes down, you're instantly unfrozen. But yeah, if you're waiting for a visual cue and timing it, you lose a few frames, even if you're really good at timing it. But if you're hitting it when it goes down, you'll start moving on the very first frame that's available.
Look how perfectly in sync this is. Oh my god! This is awesome!
Yep, they're both taking the safe route.
Oh! Go, go, go!
Yep, and they're both doing 5 route, 5 skip ledge.
Holy cow, look at that!
And they're pulling it off to a P.
This is like the Olympics. This is like synchronized Contra.
You gotta love it. Let's keep it up. Let's keep this energy going to the heart. They both get the one cycle.
This is incredible. Look, and the times are even synced up. Like, this isn't even a trick of the eye, folks. This is a true head-to-head match.
All right, now this could be where you really start to see the importance of spread rhythm. If Archie's getting better rhythm than JD or vice versa, you'll see him start to pull ahead a little bit, and you can really see how important that is. But right now, they're both getting their bullet hoses out. They came to play. All right, this is the room right here. You don't want spread rhythm. You just 4 quick double bursts, and then you're out. Otherwise, you got to hit each one at a time, and that'll take a lot longer. JD's got the slight lead here. All right, we're going into the jump room. See who gets the better jumper here. 1, 2.
That's where Archie gained some time back. Look at that.
Yep.
We're back to perfect synchronization.
Yep, 3 jumper versus a 4 jumper. All right, now we're going to see what we get here. We're going to get a glitch. We're going to get a 3 cycle. Oh, hell no.
Oh, my God.
2 of them.
Oh, my God.
Archie 2 in a row. Both of them getting the double glitch. Oh, my God. I know we're kind of nerds for freaking out, but that is amazing.
I came to nerd out.
Let's see. Oh, JD's having a little bit of trouble there, but he makes it through.
Forced to take some safety measures.
Yeah, if there's one thing that we always joke about is when you're doing runs and you get that double glitch or you get a single glitch and you actually gain time, Snowfield has a way of just that opening just messes with you.
Oh yeah.
Ruins it. But Archie's able to pull it out, give JD a little bit of trouble. So let's see if JD can make up some of that time. Archie's going to be gaining about 2-3 seconds here. Now, this is where it's so tight that if you get the wrong UFO pattern spawn here at the end, that can hurt you.
It's like a matter of like 2 seconds, and yet it can make a world of difference.
Oh yeah. This is the kind of race we come for here. Watch that bullet down at the bottom. Yeah, Archie saw it, and that's good. But he had to stop for it. JD's got a similar bullet, but it's far enough ahead he doesn't have to worry about it. So JD's just chipping away half second by half second. Now let's see what kind of spawns we get. It could even things up if they get opposite spawns here. Okay, Archie's on the right. Let's see if JD gets a right side spawn, which he does as well. Yep, that bodes well for Archie. Alright, the next step here is going to be the flame tower. Whoever gets a better spawn is going to really... It's going to help them a lot to get a better spawn than their opponent, obviously. I'm not trying to John Madden it up here. Oh, JD's got a bullet to watch out for. That hurt him. Oh, but he got a middle flame, though. He's still going to take a safety? Nope. Oh, he pushed it. He got it.
Totally an example of you can do everything right and still, you know, have to fight your way to the top because it just dealt the worst hand of luck.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's see what kind of JJs we get here. So JD's going to hope that Archie gets a bad JJ. There's one jump. Nice little walk. One jump.
Oh,
perfect.
A one jumper. JD got a 3.
4. Oh, that JD couldn't ask for a worse JJ. 807 when he makes that jump. Let's see how far behind he is. He's about 6 seconds back now. If Archie can keep up this energy, he'll pull out, but even a death for Archie. Yeah, even a death for Archie can give JD the advantage here. So he's probably going to play it safe. Well, I don't know. He's not watching, so. This is interesting. I'm loving this.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Archie clearing out the trolls. If you get too many trolls on screen, that can cause some lag. It only takes 3 or 4 of them to do it, so any chance you have to clear them out, you take it. Archie having to pause for the claws. Yeah, he's going to jump. He's not playing it safe. Oh, he had to. He was forced to there. It was a good heads-up play by him, though. JD having a good Heartbreak Alley. 9:15. He made up about 2 seconds there.
Yeah, he definitely gained some ground there.
This is going to be close. Archie, although like we said though, this is supposed to be anticlimactic here. There's no RNG, but we've had some excitement here at the end. So let's see if we get any excitement here. Alright, nothing to get excited about until we get the final approach.
Both of them had spread R, and then they both picked up the spread, which cancels out the R, right? Why would they do that?
Hey, what?
Both of them had spread and R, and then they picked up the spread, which cancels out the R that they previously had. So what's the strategy there?
Well, Archie takes the victory. It does not cancel it out. So if you have spread and R, you can grab as many spreads and as many Rs as you want, and it will maintain that. If you get a different sub-weapon like machine gun or fireball, then you will lose the R that you have along with the weapon switching.
Yeah, I got you. I see.
They kind of stack on top of each other rather than taking away.
Okay.
But
Archie with a 1018, JD with a beautiful
254.
1020. Wow.
I don't know what that is. Is that 254? I think it's a 1022.
Like, yeah, it looked like 1020, 24 or 1023, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Man, that was incredible.
Amazing.
And Archie is our winner. Wow. Everybody give GGs to all the racers. Give everybody some love. We're going to switch it over to Contra 3. And I think actually we're going to have, maybe we'll have some racers come on. Let's see what happens. Let's roll the dice.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a little bit.
You'll be surprised like we will.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, Bill. The stream just cut out. Well, plug it back in. We got to get the race on. All right, jeez. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry. Hey, get that off of there. Sorry. Let me try this one. Cut it out. Sorry.
Three-way scroll. High position visual. Sound selective mode. It's a super AV action. Contra. ファミコン用カセットコントラ好評発売中。Konami。
Warning. Warning. This will be challenging.
Take 'em out.西暦2636年、エイリアンの侵略が始まる。人類の未来をかけ、コントラが立ち上がる。戦いが今。
Yo, yo, yo. It's my favorite game of all time. Contra III, the Alien Wars. And Tozzle and Ultros, as some of the chat have pointed out, both Canadian runners. We actually have quite a few Canadians in the leaderboard community and in the Discord community. It's awesome that we have so many up there, and we have now the return of the great rivalry between Tozzle and Ultros. I think they've done 2 races together now. This might be the 3rd, but it's definitely a lineup that we love to include whenever we can. And they're about to get started right here, right now.
Yeah, they should start any second now. Here we go.
So this one is quite a bit different than Contra 1. The first huge difference that you'll notice is that the characters can carry 2 weapons instead of 1. So a lot of times to exploit the amount of damage that you can deal, you're going to be doing this thing called a weapon swap, and you'll see up in the top left their weapon slots shift in colors, or shift in the which one is selected back and forth. That lets you know that they are trying to do the most amount of damage as possible. Spread, while it is the choice weapon in numerous other Contra games, in this one you actually want to hang on to the crush, and ideally 2 of them. So as soon as they can, they're going to swap out one of these spreads for a crush. Looks like they both picked it up. If you stay on the top right of that screen, you can stay within the scroll. And so Ultros doesn't need that shield. Tazel doesn't need it either, but she grabbed it because it looks cool. I do the same thing. It's a nice.
Always got to go for
Evolve.
swag when you can.
Totally.
Oh.
The tank kill, pretty effortless if you are lined up correctly and using that weapon swap. And there's the second crush. So now, if the runs go perfect, that means that they will maintain these two weapons for the rest of the time. Ultros playing around in the flames. We are another neck and neck. Line up here. Tazel jumping over the ball. Ultros is plowing straight through. And that's another example, or another instance of when you're on the right side of the screen and you're able to stay like in that wave of scroll and kind of surf with it. A lot of the obstacles that the game throws at you don't apply anymore. So if you time your jump correctly to start that scrolling when that scrolling event starts, then you basically have a freebie for the rest of this level. Coming up on Slave Beast Taka. One of the coolest turtles of all time. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Taka for very long.
No. So, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
No worries. Stage 2 starts with this cursor screen, and it's a random. So actually, just that one little frame of having to move over that cursor to select the right spawn point can, if you're looking for a PB time, that could be a make or break thing of just a second or two to really get under your skin.
Now, a couple of things, Stormy. What difficulty are they playing on? Because Contra 3 has 3 difficulties, right?
Glad you asked. They're playing normal. It does have 3 difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. We've done races of all 3. Both of these runners kind of grind normal the most, so we figured it'd be the most comfortable bracket for them. But hopefully have a return to hard mode, and if I can play my cards right, might get Funky on with me to do a laser % race, which would be a treat.
That's more of like a meme category, or is that a legitimate?
It's a very real category.
Laser's not really one of the weapons preferred in the speed run.
I guess if you were going to classify it, it would be a meme category, yes.
People love meme categories.
So this is the first stage that doesn't throw a lot of RNG at you. That first stretch of stage 3 is pretty set in stone. The bugs can be random, but they're pretty easy to dodge if you fire in the right spots of the screen. So yeah, we're kind of at a locked portion of the game now. We're coming up on this auto scroller, which is literally 55 seconds of climbing on this wall.
Yeah, there's no way to speed this up. At least
anybody know any good jokes? So yeah, one of the things that a lot of comms and a lot of runners point out for this part, because there isn't really much else to say about it, is that background there is on several different layers. Like all those clouds are parallaxing. All those leg segments are on their own little, set of code or whatever, and so they're all spinning around at their own little thing. And so if you fire one time to rid the screen of those missiles that are coming at you, you will cause the screen to lag and slow down your speed run. So really, the only way to go about doing that part as fast as possible is to just do nothing and just kind of walk up with it.
That is so backwards to the mind of a speedrunner.
Yeah, it's a real excruciating portion of the run.
I can imagine.
Both make it over that little jump, which can actually be deceptively tricky. And here we're coming up on our own version of the UFO. The UFO has returned, this time with only one spawn position, and is limited by the limitations of a 2-dimensional screen. You cannot go any farther left.
Now, does it always go to the left, or does it depend on where
it follows? It follows you. The reason you want to go to the left is because you're able to deal it damage just a little bit more efficiently when you're following it, like underneath it as you're like when it becomes vulnerable. If you're coming from the left and walk with it, you can get slightly more damage dealt than if you can from the right.
Ultros took a little shortcut there. That caught him up.
So here,
this is the first real big test of the game, isn't it? These guys are random.
This is a huge random fight. They both got a pattern that is pretty manageable. And now the name of the game is this guy Big Fuzz. He's going to shoot these lasers out of his eyes, and you want to trigger the invulnerability you get from defeating him before those lasers touch you. So they both have made it through. That's mainly going to come from positioning yourself in the right spot and having a fast enough mash speed. And then once you learn the spot and your muscle memory is where it needs to be, it's really just a pretty simple fight. Big Fuzz has been the punchline of many a joke around here.
He killed me again and again and again and again.
So this part has these guys on the bikes. They have 2 different attacks that they can do at you. If they're pointing down, kind of diagonal toward the ground, they're going to shoot their machine guns at you, and if they're parallel to the ground, they're going to throw those bombs. So even if you're like doing a more like pacifist strategy on here and not trying to kill those guys, you can really easily gauge where they're going to do their attacks and survive that screen by just some simple left and right maneuvering. That tank, you want to be as aggressive as you can. Go ahead and clear it out of the way. And now we have, like, I don't even know how long it is, but it's a pretty significant portion of the game as another auto scroller part. So no matter how well you do on this part, there's only so well you can do, which is another huge frustration for a speedrunner mindset. Coming up on the Acrobat here. The Acrobat is a big dice roll. There's a lot of different patterns you can get. Looks like they both got the same pattern, at least at the beginning.
She was killed a little bit quicker, though. I think that bomb she put off, the thing with those bombs is they do a lot of damage, but they also cause lag.
Right.
So for a race setting, you're not necessarily doing yourself a favor with it.
It definitely comes in on a safe strat, and you can take a death on the Acrobat, which is way worse than lag. So yes, it's not ideal, but it's not the least ideal of the potential scenarios that could come up. Both through the chicken walker with ease, and they're going to keep their double crush, obviously, for this next portion is my favorite portion of the game.
I think it's everybody's. Hopping on missiles, that's like every guy's power fantasy, isn't it?
It's pretty dope.
Let's see these missiles launch here in synchronicity. Within about a fifth of a second, I'll take it.
So there's 2 guns, one on the bottom and one on the top, and you're going to want to take them out as soon as you can. And then once you do, that force field goes away, and the little eye in the middle there becomes vulnerable. So it looks like they both set themselves up very well for a quick fight. Ultro's taking a death there, which may not hurt him too bad if he can go ahead and take it out, because on this next stage, there's a part where you can take an intentional death and gain some time. So if he were to do that strategy, he would have lost that crush anyway. So now there's basically no reason for him to not go for that death skip. So if Tozzle plays it safe and Ultros doesn't, Ultros could gain a lot of ground here.
See how it goes. They both set up in the same spot, so.
Little corner trick to jump around that hallway of kind of like rock boulders that are placed in the sand. You don't even have to worry about them. Just skip around them. They're doing the route that I'm actually not super familiar with, but this is where you take that death.
Taking the death orb.
And they both got spread, so they're going to be going into this fight with crush spread, I'm sorry. Looks like Tozzle did not pick up the spread.
There's the crush, though. She needs to go grab that. There it is. And they both got crush back.
And then you'll see them move off the screen. That's because that explosion is real fancy. They went all out on it, but it unfortunately causes lag as well. So you want to kill the guy and then abandon him before he's done burning.
All right, now is there a lot of RNG coming up here in this level? Is this anticlimactic like the other one?
No, this can definitely be a run killer stage. This is this is not like the alien lair in Contra 1. First of all, these guys the xenomorph creatures that are running at you, they're not the same pattern every time. So sometimes that can be a factor. Oz will take it to death. We call that part the gauntlet. Right at the end of the gauntlet, she took a death there. And then,
so she'll take that.
Here we see the return of the heart from Contra 1.
Yep. We saw the alien head.
We saw the alien head, exactly. Now we have Kimco from Super C.
Right, but I think importantly though, Gambino has taken the lead back since Ozzel took that death. So
yeah, Gambini's in the lead right now, and if he can keep both of his crushes here, Tozzle taking another death. Now she can pick up. There's a crush right here, so she's going into this final fight with double crush as well.
Yeah, so
there's a one.
Yeah, that death didn't cost her any time. So
yeah, that wasn't too bad of a death. There's a 1 cycle kill you can get on this Ridley creature here. Looks like both of them had to deal some damage a few times, and now on this guy on normal, there's a couple different strategies depending on the difficulty, but on normal you want to take out that left arm first, keep the right arm alive, because once you take out the right arm, the attack cycle that boss takes on is a whole different
like aliens that drop out of the armholes then, right?
Yeah, and it shoots the shrimp at you too.
Right. And that's the creature from Super C as well.
It is the creature from Super C. Now we have the brain. Technically, I guess from Operation C. Isn't there a brain in a jar at the end of there, or is that like a nucleus of some kind? Either way,
nucleus.
You want to try to get this boss killed in 3 cycles, and you can do that with this correct selection of orbs here. They both have so far made the right selection. Ultro's taking the stone, which is also correct. You want to exploit your little tiny hitbox. Tozzle taking a black spike ball, which is okay to survive and definitely good if you need to pick up an item, but her items are good, so I'm not sure she intended to hit that. If Ultros can get 1 more stone now, Ultros now has a 3 cycle kill under his belt, it looks like. If he can just keep mashing. And come on, Ultros. There it is. So as soon as Ultros' character jumps up and grabs this chopper, he will be done. Looks like Tozzle has 1 more cycle. She got the stone, crouching down. When you're crouched in this game, your hitbox is basically just your elbow. So as long as you are positioned correctly on that final approach, you are good to go to just kind of hack them.
Hack and slash. Keep pumping away. No. Don't let Tozzle get you down. It's a best of 3, so she can still pull this out. She can come from behind here.
And a 13:47 and a 13:35, both wonderful race times. Both better than my PB.
They're both better than my PB, which even my easy PB, which is like 19 minutes. I still got to work on that.
Oh man, that was fantastic. Okay, we're basically just going to reset their timers and give them another countdown. This break won't last very long at all. Give us just 1 second to kind of catch our breath here, and we'll be back with round 2. I mean, the second race of round 3. We got to come up with a different naming.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. You're amazing. You're the best for being here. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Yeah. We're back. All right. Who is going to take this race? If it's Ultros, he is the winner of the Contra 3 round. If it's Tozzle, we have one more race to determine who the winner is. Best of 3. That's kind of how that works. First to 2, if you want to say it like that. I know my numbers very well. We should be getting started here in just a moment. We were talking in the race chat room briefly. You got to make sure you're on the correct difficulty. We've definitely had racers before intend to race normal and accidentally set it on hard, and we're quite dismayed. So you can see them doing a few double checks there on the difficulty, and looks like we're good to go on normal.
Racers are getting ready. Here we go.
Awesome. Gentleman Jay says go Tozzle because he wants the whole set. I agree. I would love to see a 3-round race. So I don't want to take a bias here, but more Contra 3 is a win for everybody. You know what I mean?
More races is always a win for everybody.
Right.
That's what we're here for. We want to see all of it.
So on easy mode, those dogs don't even chase you.
Now, is there any RNG on this level, like as far as the trolls go, like in the first one?
Yes, all of the trolls in this stage are random. There's a couple different patterns that are similar to each other, so you can kind of always assume, like, at this part, I need to make sure that I'm firing as I'm approaching the screen, or at this part, there's going to be a guy coming from behind me, so I'm going to have to jump up and jump down. But where that placement is can be different. The timing of it can be different. Sometimes, depending on the kills, like even on this screen that they're both at right now, one of the guys from that area behind will still be chasing them. It's like, how did you get over here?
He's German.
This part, there's no randomness to it. And the only other, in terms of stage 1, the only other random part left is which attack the boss will do. After this airplane coming down is basically you count to 5, or you time it however you need to time it. But this is when you want to time your jump correctly, so that the rest of this obstacle course isn't something that you have to concern yourself with. You'll see them bomb here. That's for a brief bit of safety because those volcano balls will chase you. But once you make it past those, you are just kind of in go mode. You got to wait for this fire parabola.
Yeah, and then close there.
Definitely cutting it close. There's a chance that you can skip a little bit of lag if you are aggressive enough on that fire parabola. Now here on the boss, the only pattern that you don't want is for him to bounce up and down. As long as they don't bounce, then you're good to go on the quick kill. Looks like they both got it just fine.
If he bounces, can you duck while hitting him, or will it just his hitbox goes all the way down to the ground?
It's just like JJ. You can survive it, but it costs time. So okay. It's the thing that if you want to take it and keep playing it safe, then you can. But yeah, for you just kind of have to survive it and hope for the best that you can get the quickest pattern.
All right. Now on this level before, just like they're doing now, I saw him walking diagonal. Why is that?
When you walk diagonally, you get to move faster than if you were just walking straight flush directions. Tozzle had to duck there to dodge some bullets, which is a great move. Not a lot of people duck. But yeah, you'll basically always be slightly facing to the left or right so that you can be mashing up and left or up and right at the same time to move forward. That way you're moving forward diagonally. Here on this boss, it's deceptively simple. If you go into that fight vanilla, it will take you a long time. But really what you want to do is you just want to 180 and take 2 steps backwards, and then you are right in the good zone to just mash away and melt his face. All right, stage 3.
Yeah, we're pretty well synced up here still.
Yeah, this is great. Whoever thought of the idea to put these two together on a race really knows what they're doing.
Was that you?
Probably.
Not to toot my own horn.
So that little pinwheel there can kind of be a little hang up. Ultros wasn't hung up too bad, but he actually didn't get the ideal jump pattern that you want to get. You want to be on that wheel for as little time as possible, and I think he got an extra hang up there. Tozzle using a bomb for safety to make sure she gets past that mini boss there, which It's a pretty easy kill, but it can kill you. And if it kills you, you just feel like the worst, especially in a race. And it looks like it didn't even cost her that much lag. They're still both totally in this.
She's got 55 seconds to think about it.
We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be back when they're done with this wall crawl.
We're going to have a smoke break, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
On the co-op run, during this portion, like I was saying earlier, if you put too many sprites on the screen, it's going to cause it to lag. So if you have a second player, it will also cause this portion to lag. So in the co-op run, player 2 or player 1, depending on who wants to do it, but one of the characters takes intentional death and stays off the screen on the like press start to continue, and then when they come back, they're going to take a life because you don't want your character on screen. And if you die, you're going to automatically respawn. So you basically, like, during the co-op run, you'll see people just like jump off that ledge like 4 times in a row. It's pretty great.
You do what you got to do to save some time.
If in a co-op run, the fastest way to do it is to not do a co-op.
That's how a lot of them are.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just the other guys there just enough so you can say it's the co-op run.
Oswald slightly ahead here on the UFO. Taking it out. Ultra's taking it out.
She had a better mini-boss fight because she was behind after taking out the flying mini-boss.
After you do the wall crawl, the mini-boss that you have to fight, the driller thing, is a huge RNG portion fight. There's a lot of different attack patterns that it can do, and it only becomes vulnerable sometimes. So it's a combination of when do you have to dodge and when can you deal damage, and if both of those factors aren't lined up, you have a slow fight on your hands. Yeah, okay, let's see what kind of pattern they get. Tazl gets they both get the weird pattern. That one is pretty rare. When they jump up to the ceiling, you don't see that very often. You're able to kill him pretty quickly with that, but really what you want is for the red guy to jump to the right of the screen. Nothing you can do about it, just kind of hope for the best, but both of them got the jump pattern, which is kind of cool. As soon as those doors open and you see his mouth come out, then he is vulnerable, so you just kind of start hammering away and take him out before he gets too fuzzy.
Right. Well, we're still within a second or two, so this is still a pretty tight race.
Super tight race.
We love to see it.
Here comes our other big auto scroller. So, as with most Contra games, you get a 1-up based on your point value. If I don't know exactly what it is. I think in this game it's 60,000 or maybe 80,000, but these guys on the bikes give you a lot of points. So you'll hear a few 1-up like notification sounds go off in their game feed because it's really easy to farm lives at that part and just take out as much of those guys as you can. Usually all of them. Past the tank. Tazl's hugging the left, which means you don't even have to worry about these lasers. Ultros is destroying them with brute force.
Now, Ultros took a death there at those flying car guys. So.
And it looks like Ultros is going to use the homing missile, which is infamously most people's least favorite weapon. I assume he'll be swapping that out. Personally, if I were him, I would have taken that flamethrower over the homing, because he had taken a death, and so he needed to fill his weapon slot with something. But this is definitely interesting. You don't see the homing used very often at all.
Be ultra swag though if he still pulls out the victory, pulling out a homing in a race.
He's going to probably switch for the laser right here. Yep. Now here comes the chicken walker. A couple different positions and like approaches you can do. If you end up taking your time with it and kind of learning the cycles, the basic trick to surviving it and just kind of learning how to like dominate it on a casual level is you kind of make the movements with it. When you see it start to jump, you're going to want to jump with it. When you see it kind of move to one direction, if you move with it, you'll throw off its detection and make it a lot easier for you to get some vulnerability time out of them. I'm going to go home. I'm out of here.
So Ultros has the laser going. Is he trying out for the laser percent here?
No, you got for laser percent. You'll need 2 lasers. The advantage that he does have though is that the crush, despite dealing more damage, it won't reach all the way across the screen, whereas the laser will. So ideally, you can like survive that fight by staying as far away from that eye as possible and just kind of playing it safe and staying back. If you have the laser, if you have the crush, that's not an option. You have to be aggressive with it, or else you're not going to deal any damage. Both coming up on stage 5. They're going to probably pick that same spawn point again. There's 2 spawn points you can use on this stage for the optimal route, and basically you just kind of you do the same route, but from one direction or the other. But you're going to be walking the same line, and even that intentional death that they take is hopping like essentially the same little gap.
She get just a bomb.
Yeah, the item drops in this one are random. So if you want to go into this fight with a double crush, and you have a double crush when you start, and you take that intentional death, you are really rolling the dice on being able to pick up another crush, because just like we saw, that can definitely not happen. Ultros going for the quickest kill that he can with a pea shooter and crush. Looks like he's using a bomb. Hail Mary. We're out of there.
Lost both crushes. He's going to have a tough time going into the alien lair here.
Alien lair. Since the gauntlet is random, my choice. This is actually a trick I picked up from Drifter. I think I use spread on spread and crush on this part. So what Tozzle has is the setup that I would normally use. She's swapping it out for double crush. Ultros is going to pick up that spread, and then as soon as he kills this alien head, he has a crush behind it. So he could potentially be going into the rest of this level with pretty decent setup here. Looks like he's doing okay. Making it through. One more patch. Through. He's good. Tozzle through the heart, coming up on Kimco. With this weapon setup that Ultros has, he can still get the quick kill on the heart. Heart's gone.
Mm-hmm. So Tozzle's going to have to hope for another 3-round fight instead of a 4-rounder.
Oh, excuse me. Ultros lost his laser, but he has a crush right here. Same spot that Ultros died at, or Tozzle died at last race.
Because so his guy was already dead, it didn't really cost him any time.
Right.
All right, well, this is Tozzle's race to lose, so let's see if she can pull it out. Oh, he got chased there. All right, Tozzle.
The orbs can go terribly wrong. You want to get the it's a pretty specific set of 3 that you can get in order to get the 3-cycle kill, and sometimes since it's like a roulette wheel, the direction will just randomly change on you. So it'll be spinning one direction, and you think, okay, it's time to shoot, and as soon as you hit that button, it starts spinning the other way, and you hit the wrong orb, which is likely what happened to Tozzle last time, and she got the spiky one.
Mm-hmm.
Both doing okay on the orb selections. As long as you get red stone, or 3 stones. I've actually even seen Tozzle do it with melon stone, which I didn't even know was possible.
She's on her 3rd cycle. This should finish it out right here. Let's go there. Oh, it's gonna 4-cycle. What's Ultros gonna do here? There it is.
Yeah, you can tell that she was really close because it only basically took one more hit point.
Yeah, I mean, it's still Ultros made up about 3 seconds on that because she had to wait for the cycle selection.
Oh, this is neck and neck.
It still came down to the wire again. Another 3-second race. Love to see it.
Wow. Okay, we have a round 3 on our hands, guys. We got the tiebreaker. Holy cow! Look at that. This is
All
the
right.
best use. This is the best use of a Sunday. It's just so good.
Absolutely.
I
All right,
love
we're
doing this.
gonna wrangle up our racers here and get them set for round 3, and we'll be back here in a moment.
Yeah, stick tight, guys. We got the showdown coming in hot, coming up hot. All right, back in the saddle. A hot mic for Stormy. What do you do? Well, you let them know that we really appreciate everybody being here. We have a Contra Discord that we'd love for you to join. I'm putting the link here right now. If you want to race, let me know. If you want to help with races, let me know. If you hated this, let me know. Don't actually let Slormer know. Everybody who put a lot of work into the behind the scenes stuff, Dan, huge thanks. A lot of these assets that we're using were made by Dinosaur Eats Man and Dinosaurs Eat Man. I'm sorry. And we owe him an eternal debt of gratitude for kind of helping us level up on our initial race format here. And Dan carrying the torch has been a huge blessing. Feel so lucky to have both those guys around. Jackie O did some killer art that we've kind of shown sporadically through the artwork through the event. So huge thanks to Jackie O. Who else can we thank? All y'all for being here. It's the best. I think looks like we're about good to go. That was it. That was the perfect stall. Look at that. Thank you so much, Gentleman Jay. Yeah, kind of one of the tricks to, it's not even a skill thing, but when you're racing this game is something you have to work with is if you stay on this option screen too long, it'll flip to like the little demo cutscene. So essentially while you're waiting for a countdown, you have to constantly be on that screen moving up and down so that you don't let it idle. So you can see them kind of cycling back and forth, getting whatever they need to get figured out. And then as soon as they're ready, we'll see that timer start and we'll be rolling. Now, the reason you see it at negative 7.8 is because that's the amount of time between when you hit start and when the timer for the actual run would start when you gain control of the character. So just depending on the preference of the runner, they have it set up to where it can start counting at a negative time, and the actual time will start right on cue.
All right, here we go.
Looks like we're going.
This is it.
Around. This is it. Swipe.
All the marbles right here. You Stormy there?
I'm here.
Oh. We both decided not to talk for a second. Okay. That 7-minute lull.
Just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else can we say about stage 1 that hasn't been said yet?
Well, you got double dikembe here.
There are 2 walls, double dikembe. I've never thought about it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like each game they progressively have callbacks to previous entries. Although I haven't seen or heard anything from Operation C. I wonder if that's like the forgotten little brother that nobody wants to talk about.
Operation C has an elevator that goes boing, boing, like Super C does, and it came out after Super C, so that's a callback to Super C.
Well, Operation C came out before, didn't it?
No, it came out after. It's the true third Contra game, and it's actually the first Contra game that wasn't an adaptation of an arcade.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Okay, the wiki will be the deciding factor. Somebody check it on the wiki. Never mind, I'm trying to trick you into guys going there.
Archie pointed out to me one time that one of the coolest callbacks that this stage 1 does is how, obviously, you fight the wall numerous times in both the series and in this level, and then when you get to the end, you have like a living, breathing, organic version of essentially the same fight. It has attacks that will come from the top, like the little Dikembe himself will. It has the attacks that will come from the bottom and the big hitbox at the bottom. It's basically like they took the wall fight and made it into a living creature with the turtle. So, great observation by Archie. Great thing to stall and mention here while we're looking for
got the
content.
The platforms there to the left too. Yeah, it's a good catch by Archie. Archie always very astute with these games. He's become quite a student of these runs. All right, both of them making it through there pretty easy. Move it on to stage 2, where they walk diagonal to walk faster. Diagonally, they can make it over those bridge breaks without having to go on that little tiny strip, which really sidesteps that mechanic to make it much more consistent.
Totally. If you're moving at a fast enough speed, gravity does not come into play for you.
They're moving faster than the speed of gravity. Which kudos to anybody in the chat that can tell us the speed of gravity. I'll mail you 2 pizza rolls if you can put that in there without Googling it.
Both melted that boss we call Bosco. It's the boss's name. I didn't pick that name. It was given to him. Both cleared Bosco out with no problem.
All right, this stage I think is really where you might see some separation, mostly because you get the RNG fight from the mechanical drill. Does that thing have a name?
Well, we call it the Wall Walker, and then you're fighting it when it becomes the drill. But the name that we call that thing is the Wall Walker because you have to deal with it for way longer as it's walking than the actual fight.
I think that's its actual name is like Tri-Wall Walker or something because it's got 3 different forms.
I wish we had a wiki that would tell us all this stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
Both through the pinwheel.
All right, Ultra seems to have a little bit of a lead here. Like with 2-3 seconds. Not insurmountable, for sure. We'll see if anybody gets some good RNG to build up a little lead or to catch up. Try transforming Wall Walker. See, I was correct.
Mr. Pokey was a suggestion for the name. I like it.
$55 seconds.
Yeah, it might be closer to like 53, but it's basically a minute. I call it a minute in my head.
Oh yeah.
So here we go with the drill fight. Tozzle taking a death, getting aggressive with it. You don't want to dodge, especially if you know that you've already dealt it damage, because as it's coming to you with its own attack is when it's vulnerable. So if you're aggressive enough and you know I've already dealt it a lot of damage, you can just play chicken with it and assume that you're going to kill it before it touches you, which is what Taza was doing, but she lost the chicken fight, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I think it was high risk, high reward because she's now taken the lead by a couple of seconds, so she leapfrogged him there. She was behind about 2 or 3 seconds, and now she's ahead, so
totally
worked out for her. That was a bold move, Cotton, and it paid off.
She has an opportunity to get her crush back right here, which means she has to stand and kind of wait.
Yep. I guess that's the flip side, though. It just cost her that lead.
Oh, Ultros missing the climb and taking a death, losing his crush. He's got a spread coming up here, taking another death. This pinwheel, if you miss the rhythm, it's so hard to get back on speed. He's got a spread coming up right here, which is his only chance to get a fast kill on this next boss. Tazo running away with it.
There's still plenty of time left in the run, though. And I noticed he had to take a different route there because he was doing the skip to the right.
Yeah, if you miss it's all based on when the with the scrolling of the screen and where those pinwheels are going to place you. That you want to adjust your timing to as you're making that climb, and if you start on rhythm and then you take a death like he did, it throws off. It informs the whole rest of that ascension. It's crazy.
So Tazel, she had the door close on Fuzz's head at 6:34. So let's see where Ultros is. See how far behind he is. Yeah, 6:56. So he's about 22 seconds back now. Let's see if he can chip away at this lead she's built up. Yeah, G-Guy pointed out, man, the nerves. Gotta be getting to him. Although she turned on her speedrun fan, so that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Unfair advantage, maybe?
The fact that these racers consistently put themselves through the nerves that it takes to put on one of these shows for us, I feel so lucky whenever we get an event rolling like this. It's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. It's hard enough when you're on PB pace. Then if you get even close to that in a race, there's people watching, and it feels like there's really something at stake. It just really ramps it up. Takes it to a whole nother level.
Here comes the acrobat for Tazel. She uses the bomb again because she's tired of looking at him. I would have done the same. Now, if Tazel gets a really bad stage 4 boss, which is entirely possible because there's a lot of RNG on those missiles, Ultros has a real chance of catching up here. He also had a pretty good acrobat fight, looks like.
Yeah, he's going to gain some ground there. Let's see, Skater comes in at 8:22. Let's see where his Skater comes in, see how much time he picked up.
He's going to go into Ultros is going to go into this fight with the Chicken Walker, hoping that he gets the crush afterwards, because if not, he's going to be going into the final boss with a crush spread. And since the hitbox is so small, really the ideal setup is crush laser, but he's hoping to get lucky here. If it comes from the right, it's a spread. It came from the left. Or I'm sorry, if it comes from the right, it's a crush. If it comes from the left, it's a spread. So he was going to be going.
Yeah, Ultros was still about 22 seconds back, so he didn't really gain much time from that acrobat fight. And he's losing some time here on the, what do you call that, Batman there?
The Jetpack Ninja. He actually didn't lose any time there because the scene won't transition until the helicopter stops its climb to the top of the screen. So I don't know if you noticed, but while that guy was swinging back and forth, the helicopter was actually still rising, which means that he would have been waiting there idly anyway, even if that guy wasn't alive. So, yeah, the helicopter, he didn't lose any time on.
That bodes well for him, then.
Gets through the boss without a death, which is lovely to see. Tazel plowing through 5. Oh, takes a death to a stray fireball. Now she has a chance to pick up a crush here, and she took a death off the cliff too. That was not an intentional warp death.
No, but now she's gonna take another one here.
Right. And if she gets a crush right here, she's back in business, and she got a spread. What's she gonna do? She's gonna keep the pea shooter.
Gonna take a couple of deaths, I'm sure, right here.
Just kamikaze it and hope you
Yeah.
can knock it out as fast as you can.
So this opens a window here for Ultros to catch up a little bit. See if he gets a crush. Nope, just a
You got a bomb.
Let's see if he can have a better fight and make up some time here. Oh, he gets a flame down there as well, but he kept his crush. Tazo lost hers, I believe. So he's got a bit of an advantage. But she's going to get her, one crush back.
Stage 6 gives you a spread and a crush basically right at the top. So if you can just make it to 6, Tazo playing it safe and making sure she grabs that crush.
She might have been readjusting her fingers there for a second.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
But she
lost the flame, but it's okay. But she has another one right there. That bomb is a great safety strat. It's one of the best places to use a bomb in the whole game. It's so wise.
Yeah, the important thing is though she kept her crush. So
right, exactly. The 3-cycle kill at the end of this level is not possible if you don't have double crush. So, assuming that you're going for the fastest kill possible, you have to maintain at least 1 crush through this, and then you pick up the second one at the end.
So he's got crush laser going into the heart, which is a pretty potent combo. Yeah, Warlock pointing out Tazel. She's trying to up the tension here a little bit, make it a little closer. $11:56 is when she's hitting that wall.
Got a great Ridley kill. A phenomenal Ridley kill.
Yeah, Gambino's made up about 10 seconds here, so it's going to be a lot closer.
A bad orb fight can turn this all around.
Oh, yeah.
Ultros is through Ridley.
Let's see if Tazo can hang on to it. She'll be coming back from a race down. All right, they're both at the brain.
Ultros has about 15 seconds of explosion to watch before he can start the fight.
Yeah. Well, so did Tazo, so it's not necessarily a disadvantage.
Right.
Oh, he missed. He was going for the, looks like the red one, the meaty one. So what's the advantage to doing red stone versus 3 stones?
I do 3 stones just because I don't want to have to worry about which one at which time. But the reason that you do red stones is, so basically every orb cycle that you survive through, you cut the boss's life cycle in half. So red and stone are the only 2 that for your first cycle will allow you to deal enough damage that when it cuts into half, you're within the realm to continue to make that chopping away like the correct ratio percentage to get down to like the final blow. So the red and the stone are the 2 that allow you to deal the most damage for the longest amount of time. You can do it with 2 reds. I believe if you use 2 reds, it's red, stone. I'm not sure. I think the timing just works out to be barely longer on the stone, which is why you want your third one to be a stone. There's probably someone in the chat that's more knowledgeable about that than me, but yeah, it's a matter of how long is the boss vulnerable. Tazel finishes with a 13:52, a beautiful finish to a intense showdown. It was amazing.
GG to both of our runners. That was an amazing race from start to finish.
Ultra is picking up with a 14:24. Stellar times from everybody. Great showings from everybody who raced today. What a deal. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
So hype, says Gentleman Jay. So hype.
Absolutely. And thanks to all of our viewers out there for coming in and watching and cheering everybody on. Giving out the GGs. Thanks, everybody. And thanks to Combustible Dan for hosting this event. He put in a lot of the work behind the scenes, getting all the graphics together, making sure everybody's synced up, and just making it real nice for everybody. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Let's see. What are we doing now? Do we have a little wrap up thing? Let's go check in with Dan real quick, and I will be right back. We gotta might have one more thing here.
Hello.
Hello. I am back with Tozzle and Stormer, two of our phenomenal performers today. Guys, is there anything that you would have changed about your races? What would you have changed?
Stormer's
Huh.
muted, so we'll catch up with him later.
I don't. You know what? I don't think I would change anything about my race here. I mean, 3 sub-14s is about as good as you can ask in a race setting. We had some scary moments. Losing that crush before the jump stage in stage 3 before Robo Big Fuzz was very stressful. The key there, don't take the laser, keep the pea shooter, because if you have the laser, you almost always miss the crush.
That is an astute observation. I always get the laser and just hope for the crush.
One pushing for laser percent, so it's not surprising.
Ultros is also here with us. Ultros, great job today. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great race. Of course, I liked the first one. Like the first one the best. The second one was really, really good. We were really tight. It was like 7 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And I thought I'd take a different approach for the final race and kind of demonstrate all the different weapons you can pick up in the game for the viewers there. So that's why I took my time on that one. But
I'm not sure I've seen homing used in a race yet. Or if it wasn't for as long as you had it. When you had it in stage 3 or 4, I mean, that was it was impressive that you held on to it for as long as you did.
And you know what? Actually, for that one, I was kind of deciding between the homing and the spread. And sometimes I like the homing or heat seeking or the H, whatever. I like it when you're fighting the acrobats there, because the little ones that fly around hit the red ones sometimes come in handy. But yeah, otherwise it was fantastic. 3 races. Had some crumbling apart in the last one, and you can see how it compounds in this game. I always say the worst spot to lose your crush is on the ascent for 3, and that's exactly what I did, and kind of locked up a little bit because I wasn't sure.
I was explaining to Swipe that like that whole climb is like a consistent rhythm, and if you get off on that rhythm and that first bout of that climb, the whole rest of the thing is like the first time you've ever done it. It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Exactly.
It's
but,
crazy.
For sure, but GG's to Tozzle. I wouldn't want to lose to anybody else.
Thank you.
Tozzle's a fantastic runner, fantastic racer, and I knew I should have been worried. But it was just very, very close, and I had a lot of fun. So thanks again, Tozzle, for racing, and everybody else, in the back here, who's put in a lot of hard work getting it all together and doing all the hard part stuff. I mean, we just show up and look pretty, but you guys make the show happen. So thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you.
We just got a lot of love going around everywhere. Slumber, say something to us. You're here now. What do you got?
Oh, what's up, guys? Not my best showing, but what can you do? It's Contra. Archie, G Guy, JD, those guys were on another level today.
Yeah, both of them had like amazing rounds. There's not much you could have done to go up against them. Sometimes the Contra gods just, no one has ever appeased them 100% of the time. It's impossible.
Sometimes they smile. Sometimes they stomp you out.
Sometimes they crush.
Sometimes you're the sacrifice.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for giving us your time today. Racers, thank you for giving us your energy. Viewers, thank you for giving us your energy and love in the chat. Give Dan one more big round of hearts in the chat. We've got some fun end credits that we're going to show you. And unless anybody has anything else they want to say, I'll go ahead and say we are declaring this one a done deal, and it's a huge success. Well done, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Stormy. Dwight.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody,
Awesome
for watching.
comms.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, viewers. Thanks,
Thanks,
runners.
everybody.
Thanks, Dan.
Until
love.
next time. See you
Until
later.
next time. See ya.
Shout out Dino.
Shout out Dino.